All right, good evening, everyone. This is Yinka Olede from Hope Center, and I thank you all for being here tonight. Today I attended 2 meetings, and apart from that, I've been, looking for some more information. We're gonna have some updates, some new information, and also how to get a job. Now, the first thing I would like to share, especially from the first meeting of today, when it comes to, you students right now, I really, there's not really a clear picture there's not really a clear picture. I think that's the way I would just put it. There's not really a clear picture. It's good in the meeting. There were some officials from the immigration that were there. And so at least they know what's going on and our concerns. So they were at that meeting, and there was, I saw that there was one of the officials that were there. I think there were about 2 or 3. And so they know our concern that's going on with us. And hopefully, although one of the officials that were there said that, they're working on some things, that the more concern would be about the situation, the needs of the people, and not their status or the country they came from, which I think is a very good plus. But the thing is that there's no clear picture, there's no really clear picture to what's going to happen next. That's the best way I will put it. We can hope for the best. So with that being said, we still have to move forward, and within the space of frame they have given to us, what is it we can do? So from some of the flyers of today, from some of the meetings of today, there are some things I noted down. So I think I want to share those things before I now go to the other things I would like to share. So let me see, is it this one? Okay, no, it's not this, sorry. It's not this. I'm sorry. Was really okay. Where's my Google? Okay, this is one. I know they talked about, and I need everybody to note this website down. This website is called that. Maybe I should put it in the chat box. Now, there was this course called Marine Biology. You can study this course in English. Actually, I checked it out. You can study it in English language, marine biology. And this university has a lot of English courses. It has a lot of English courses. And it also has some language courses. Okay, this is what I was even looking at. They also have some language courses here too. Some you have to pay and some are free. Oh Lord, I don't know why my thing is dancing here. Some are free, some you have to pay for. But what I would say is that you say that this website is English. What I would say is that please check this website out. There's so much information I saw there today. It's www. Let me see if I can put it on the platform or no. Okay, this is the main site. So please, I want to please implore everyone, make sure you are doing this research. I am telling you, there are opportunities out there, but you have to do it. They were asking one of the coordinators today, and they're Germans, and I said it before, they are not going to tell you what to do or how to go about any of these things. You have to find out this information for yourself. So please go to this website. I've sent the link down there. They have English courses. Yes, they have English courses. They have, courses you can study in English language. They have German language courses. They even have some German language courses as scholarships. I know that marine biology that I even checked today, I think the fee is €390 per semester, which includes your bus ticket for the whole year, for the whole session. So please, and this is just the normal one. I don't know what they're going to offer people coming from Ukraine, as we know that many universities are giving them preferences and are giving them, you know, cutting down prices or making it free for them. So I don't know. So please check out this website. They have a lot of information and there are a lot of courses I saw in English language. So that was one thing I wanted to share. The other thing I would like to share is, if you want to interpret your your Ukraine certificate or whatever documents you have for recognition in Germany, this is the website you need to go to. I think I'll post it in the box too, because I know some of you, maybe you already have your degree, or maybe you went to Ukraine for masters. I mean, some of you are in that situation that you've just got a degree, you just want to do something. So this is where you can, this is the website where you can get recognition in Germany for your degree. So please make sure you also check that out. Also, you can check out this website. It also has skilled workers, professionals, and employees, you know, and all these websites, you can also write them in English. Look, Germany has changed. It's in those days, they will tell you, unless you speak German, they won't respond. You know, some of them now are responding because they know they've got all these people here, they don't have a choice. Okay, in fact, even something here is saying detailed specialist information is available in German and English. Okay, now when it comes to nursing, recognition as a general nurse, okay, this is if you want to get recognition. Now, one thing about studying nursing in Germany, wait, let me, before I go to that, I think there's one more thing I have here. Wait. Okay, well, let me say this. Studying nursing in Germany, there are two ways you can study nursing in Germany, because I know many of you have shown interest in that. I know one lady who knows an organization that does this, but she hasn't given me any feedback. So I really don't know what to say, if you can get that connection or not. But this is what I know about Germany. Studying, you can go to the university to study nursing. But any course you want to study in the university in Germany, you have to have at least C1 or C2, which means I think you have to learn the language maybe for about 2 years or so. And as I said before, some of these university degrees will add those years that you need to spend learning the language. But if you want to study nursing as an apprenticeship, that's what we call it in English, but in German they call it Ausbildung. What you need for that one is only B2. And B2 is something you can do. Surely you can do that within a year or so. Yeah, you can use a whole year to study and getting your certificate as B2. Now, the German teacher, the teacher that I told you about, that is willing, you know, to teach us the language. He's willing to do it, but it's just you know, his payment. We have to pay the teacher. It's not, you know, it's not free. Now I'm having, you know, with my organization for now, with Hope Center for now, it is, we are working on some processes, so for us to get funding. But, you know, I just didn't want to sit down and wait and not, you know, see another option. And the other option that we have is that, because I spoke to that teacher today, you know, if he can bring down his price. And then I explained to him, because he's looking at it in the normal way, 5 hours, I think 3.5 hours, 5 days a week. And I think I spoke to some people, nobody wants to be in a class for 5 hours, I mean, for 5 days in a week, because some people are working. So the other option he gave me is we can split the class into, because the class, the minimum people you can have in a class is 25 people, not more than that. He was even telling me 18, but I told him, look, there are so many people, and even we start this, people all over the place will be joining. So he said, okay, maybe he can do 25 people, which would be two classes, you know, because you know, I'm bargaining with about 50 people, you know, just to bring down the price. And so he said, okay, we can do like 3 days a week, a Saturday and 2 weekdays, excuse me, for 2 hours a week. So by the time he calculated everything, maybe the price that each student will pay for this course is going to be around 40 euros. So something like 40 euro. Now, I don't know if that's something that people can afford, but, you know, as I said, I just didn't want to continue to wait and not try another option, you know, for you guys to learn the language. Now, there's other schools online where you can register and learn the German language, but I know it's expensive. I think maybe like 75 euro per month or something like that. But I thought about it today, and I think maybe next week I'll also check any of those websites out. Maybe if anybody wants to, you know, if you can afford it, to join any of those schools. But I'm just looking at the way that it can be more cheaper. And then with this teacher, I already told him, okay, that we're going to have like a WhatsApp group, because he told me they're not allowed, he cannot record the class. But what we will do, maybe under our Hope Center platform, you know, we will be doing homework, we will be discussing, there will be things like that going on. So even if you miss the class, if you go to the platform, you can see people are talking about the class, what we learned in class, and things like that. Now, this is something open to the floor. You know, I will just want to know your opinion, if this is something what we want, you know, because I have to know if this is something you are able to afford, something you want, you know, instead of just sitting down at home for now, you know. So that is something I have on the table as another option until I wait for the funding for Hope Center. So that is one thing I want to share on that. So can I get suggestion? What do we think about that idea? Is this something we can do? Or yeah, please, the floor is open. Let's put off our mic, and maybe you raise your hand if you have something to say towards that. Okay, and Lucas.
Yes, my this language, something this German language. There was it day before yesterday, I think. I was trying to maybe to register for another language, like, you know, the government's own is taking time, because if you apply for the German language integration course now through immigration, so they'll tell you that they will apply after 2 weeks. So it was taking time. That's okay. Instead of me waiting, let me check if like where they teach individually now. This one that is not sponsored by government. So there is one in Bremen that is called Casa Volksschule or something like that. But it's costly. Like the money is high. They told me to pay for just to finish. Is it like A1, right? From A1 to finish A1, then A1 plus. They have to pay 1,050 euro. It includes the textbook and this thing. So
how much?
1,050 euro.
For what? A1?
Yeah, only A1 with A plus finished.
Wow, that's a lot.
I was asking because there I went. I was thinking it was free. So when I went there, I said something that is free. Those people, they will not be like calling you, disturbing you, like telling you to come, you know. And I said, okay, let me just go and check. The woman was telling me, and I said, okay, I'm gonna think about it and get back to you. It's costly here.
Yeah, because it's a private. I think it's a private school. Private schools, you know, they are very costly. That's why I didn't. There are many of them online, no, but I know they are expensive. That is why I just didn't bother my head to even check.
And also, there is this app. I don't know. People will know it, like Duolingo. Is good for learning and language. Like the person can use it to learn like the basics. I'm just using the app. And, like the name is Duolingo.
Yeah, is it an app?
Yes, an application.
You know, I know. I think many of them have been told to use that app. But my focus is you learning the language, going to the in your area, because every area has a place where you can register for your exam. My thing is getting a certificate. Domingo, you learning the language, just knowing the language is not enough, because when it boils down to August 31st, you know, and you got to show some documents. What have you been doing since you are here? At least you should be able to attend that a minimum of A2 in the German language. And I don't think you can do that with Duolingo because you're just learning it, you know. So it's something I'm talking about something that you can study and have a certificate. So that will just help by the side. Yeah, it's good, you know, for you to, but you can't go to the government to tell them that you study it, even if they're telling you to do that. So we have to find a way how to beat them. So Lucas, you didn't finish your so what was your what were you trying to say, or didn't I hear you? So what was the point that you were trying to bring out?
Yeah, I was saying that like private own is very costly.
Yeah,
Like
very
when you
costly.
are saying the one we are trying to arrange like 40 euro, I'm not saying like man is good though, even though I know that like money is hard now. But normally other private this thing is high, seriously. So I was just trying to tell you the experience I had like checking for private
Okay.
language course, you know.
Okay. Oh, all right. Okay, thank you. Osai, Henshaw.
Yes, yes. I don't know, Sha. I'm somewhere. I don't know if it's too noisy. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Like for the idea you're bringing, I think is the best because the more the people, the lesser the price, you know, that each person will pay. So like for me, you know, like one of the schools I wrote to, so they arranged the language class themselves. One of the schools, Munster University, you know it, yeah, in Munster. So it's a school that arranged it for like 3 weeks. So they gave us online textbook and everything. So they even wrote me an email that let's like continue offline on Monday. That I should start coming to the class on Monday. So I'm still looking towards that as well. So and also if we can try to reach, there's some of the schools organizing these language courses free of charge. Most of these public schools and the rest. There was one for Billy Fed, but I think I haven't joined this platform that time when they made the arrangements. But the classes have started already. I think that one was for 3 months or so. So we should still try to reach out to these public schools as an alternative, though this arrangement you're making is quite okay. Please 40 euro at least. Maybe if we still get more people, the price might still be able to come down. And
the thing is that the maximum, normally the maximum he said was 18, but I said no, at least 25. It's like this, because normally he was looking at it in the normal German way, which is you can have, I think, a minimum of 20 or so students in a class. And it's five days a week, 3 hours. And I told you, nobody on this, nobody wants to study and sit in a class for 5 days a week. I said, because most of them are working, you know, so we have to use Niger sense now. I said, okay, let's do 25 students and you do 2 classes, which means 50 students. You know, so I think that's the max. That's the max he can go, or else he might get in trouble. You know, so it's something that I've already beaten down, because you know Germans, they have rules and regulations for everything.
Yeah, and also too, you know, like this August 31st ceiling, you know, like you said, we don't know what will happen after that August 31st. Nobody knows, you know. Like most of the schools, they really want to help. Like that school I told you about, like they told me they can give me admission up to this semester for August, like up to August 31st, that the semester will run to. But they don't know what will happen after that, because the government is not really clear what they want to do. So they sent me the admission letter. I should pay, I think, as in 105 euro for the semester. That's what they said I should pay.
Okay.
And then money for accommodation.
How much?
I think 105 euro.
Okay, what course is this?
This, they asked me the course I want to do. So I told them it's a course in English. So I chose the international business. That's what I chose for master's. So
Okay, international business.
yeah.
So now, if anybody is in this lane on this platform, I think we can. I hope you are hearing Osai. So this is why we all need to chit chat with ourselves. You're on Hope Center, so I think you need to search him after the meeting on our WhatsApp platform so he can give you more information. This is how we help each other. So yes, and that is still good because you see, this is what I believe that we can use to beat August 31st. If almost everyone has done something before then, oh, this person was in school, this person has learned the language, this person is working, it gives us a much better voice, you know, even if the government is saying no or they don't even know what to do. But by the time they see people are moving forward, doing something, it's not that we are just sleeping and eating in the camp and you're getting off their system. You know, I told you this is my experience with refugees, and you're no more relying on their government money. Now, normally when you start working in Germany, as you've got a job, if you are taking the government money, you need to go and report to them that you've got a job so they can stop the money. That is the right way to do it. Because if you don't, it's going to come back to you. Germany, there's nothing you can hide in this country because that's why I call it a police country. Everything is registered. So if you're working at the same time and you're taking the government money, it can bounce back on you. But which one is better? The best one is for you to work because now you're paying taxes. And these are one of the things they want to see. And that is why this temporary visa they gave you, for me, it is even better than this residential permit that they said if they don't do anything, they can deport them. But this temporary permit, fiction something, I don't know what the name is called, but you are allowed to work anywhere. Excuse me, you can work, you can go to school. There's no limitations. With refugees, they have limitations where they can move to, where they can work, what they can do. You know, so that is why I'm saying that please take advantage of the situation now. The best is to do something. And, you know, sometimes we need to take this step of faith to do these things. Do we have on the language before we go to the next point? Please, anybody want to make any suggestion about the language? Now, if you know any of these language schools that are free, that are open, I've noticed that most of them are full because, you know, the Ukrainians too are here. They're also going to learn the language because they speak Ukrainian language. They don't speak German. So which means they're all filled up in the schools. But if you know you are going to a school and there's space, please let us know. Now, I know there's one university Freie University. There's one university called Freie University in Berlin. That school, they've not made a decision yet, but you can register on that platform. I think we already posted that website on our chat on the WhatsApp group. Please and please and please, especially those in Berlin, register. Don't joke. Even if you're not in Berlin, just register. Okay, just register. So before we go to the next point, do we have anything more to say about the language course?
Oh, sorry, please, mine is not the language course. You said if you are taking the government money and you get work to do, you have to now report yourself or it will bounce back on you. Like how? I don't understand.
Okay, if you are working and you're also taking the government money, in Germany, under normal circumstances, you will go to the government and show them you know, that you have a working contract and you're working, okay? So that they won't be paying you the government money because there's no need for you to pay the government money, to receive government money and work at the same time, okay? So how does it bounce back? If you don't tell them, somewhere later in the future, they will realize that you are working and at the same time taking their money. So they will ask you to pay some of that money back. It might not be now, they will notice, it might be at the end of the year when they start, you know, doing the tax things and they see your name showing up in 2 places, you know. So that's what I meant by that. Am I clear?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Do we have any other question on that? Okay. The next thing I would like to explain, I still have 2 or 3 more points, and we're also going to talk about the job, but I also want to explain this. Now, I know I've met some medical students who are in the 6th year, or maybe they've even finished. And there was one of the students here, he's on the platform. His name is Bright. Are you here? That's one of my assistants. Bright, are you here?
I'm here, doctor. I'm here, ma.
Okay, so I just gave him an idea. He went after it, and then he got more information. So just tell them your situation, because we never know. Maybe we have someone who is also in year 6 and can also benefit from this. Okay, I'm just going to let you explain that part.
Okay, so with that part, Ma told me that as you search for doctors for a term called Practicum, so it's basically, trying to help them with their daily activities at the hospital or at their clinic. So it's basically in your neighborhood, for example, most neighborhoods have clinics or family doctors around. So you can go to them and with your student card, your postgrad card, and if you have a letter from school, and you just try and tell the doctor in charge that, okay, this is that, I want to do a practicum. So with that practicum, if she accepts you, you will get a letter from it, and at least it can show immigration people that you are not sitting down doing anything and all that. So it's just the process of getting a doctor to approve for you, which is a bit difficult, but Ma told me to search. So I've had good responses from most of them so far. So it's just trying to write to their email or go in there physically to inquire about it. So I think that one will help us, because even if you are doing a language course 3 hours, you can go to your practicum for maybe 3 hours too, at least. So that's it for that now.
Okay, can you explain FSG that you wrote on the platform? Can you explain it? Because I didn't even know that part. Can you explain what is that? What is the FSG?
Okay.
Where do you get it, or how do you get it?
Okay, so the FSJ, I think, is like 3, forms, but the FSJ is the one for us, because I know that most of us are within the ages of 20 to 27. Yes, that is the FSG for us. So with that, it is similar to the practicum I was talking about, but this time around is the government who is going to help you to get a job to do, or to get this practicum. So what I did was I just searched on Google FSG, Baden-Württemberg region. So maybe if you are in Bavaria or Lower Saxony or something, you can do that, maybe FSG in Saxony or Bavaria. So to give you a direct link to the local cities website for the FSJ. So there you will find many options, many companies, many hospitals. If you are doing engineering, if you are doing whatever, something related to your field, you find it there. You find their emails to contact. So if you are contacting them, write them in German and add everything, like you are from Ukraine, you have this document, but you can't really speak German. Maybe your German is A1 at the best. And they reply, because they replied me, most of them replied me. So that's just it. Because when one thing is, the FSJ is something very important here. Even Germans here, after high school, they tell them to go for it, because it's like a preliminary thing. So it's a contract thing too. And it usually starts in September, but because of us refugees, most of the companies will be like, okay, I will take you now. So they'll give you a contract like, oh, okay, maybe Daniel want to do FSJ with us. So they will give you a contract that you can send to immigration. So all this can be done before this 31st. All these things I'm talking about is just other options apart from work, school, or something? Because with these ones, it's legal something. You go to Aslander, you'll be like, oh, this guy even knows our system.
Yes.
How can you know FSG just all of a sudden? And it will help you get maybe some 9 months or 10 months legal stay.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Bryce. It's like though I'm not in this situation, but I'm also just pressing buttons now. Let me kind of explain, because I know we've not mentioned it. It didn't even come to my mind. Now, there's something we call practicum. I think I did one time ago. There's something they call practicum in Germany. It's like IT, what we call IT back in Africa. But this practicum, they start doing practicum from secondary school, and they allow them to do practicum like 3 times in their secondary school life, and they can do it for 1 month each. So like 3 times, so they have like 3 months to do practicum. What is practicum all about? It's like you decide to become a doctor. You want, your passion is to become a doctor. So you're allowed to go and help a doctor, work with a doctor for 1 month, but you won't get paid, but you will get a certificate. So it's allowed in Germany. And to tell you another thing is that this is also one of those easiest ways to get even to get an Ausbildung. The only thing is that you will be working, they won't pay you, but you are building your resume, you are building your certificate to be able to get that job. Now, I even remember now, I'm going to cite an example of one guy too, who kind of got this kind of practicum thing. He was actually a refugee, and he was working at this hotel, and he went there for practicum thinking, okay, they will give him this Ausbildung. So he did it for 1 month. They didn't accept him, Then he did it the second. I think he did it like 4 months. And then he said, Mom, I'm tired. They're not paying me. I'm just working for them and blah, blah, blah. And I said, you're working in a hotel. A hotel has different sessions there. They have maybe the kitchen, the laying of bed, administrative. So they're testing to make sure you know how to do the job in different departments. And once they test you and they see that you can handle different departments, at the end of the day, all what he was doing is practicum. At the end of the day, they will now sign you off for 3 years of Ausbildung. So, and that gives them residential permits straight away for refugees. And so he did it. And so at the end of the day, all his 4 months that, he was just working and working, it paid off, because at the end of the day, they signed him the certificate. And then at that same place, he got a 3-year contract to do Ausbildung. And this Ausbildung, this practicum that we're talking about really is in everything. My son is a nurse. Before he got studied as a nurse, or even got a job as a nurse, he first had to do this practical before the hospital took him. He had to do this practical for maybe 1 or 2 months. He didn't get paid, but at the end of the day, the hospital retained him. So this is one thing they do in this country. Now, when I spoke to Bright, and he's in his year 6 or his final year or so, I said, you don't need to do anything. Just go and knock on doctors. I just go anywhere you see a sign of a doctor, just knock them, tell them, search internet, just make sure you do about 15. And in the midst of him searching all these things, he now got this information, FGC. I didn't even know something like that existed. That's named SSG. And what he's saying that now this is government. This is not now you looking for a place to do practicum. This is you going to the government, telling them that you're looking for a place to do practicum. They do what they call it FSG. And now they will help you to find a place. Okay, which this is very good in any field. So this also will help you, instead of just sitting down at home, even though you might not be working and getting money, but you still have the government feeding you, you have a place to rest your head. Why not go and look for such a place? Why don't you apply also for something like this, so that you can be doing something? So when August 31st comes, you have something to show. And I said, this is also one of those easiest ways, to get into this Ausbildung. Was, for instance, maybe let's give a great example. Most of you, I know you want to do nursing. I know many of you have said you should interest in nursing. This is also something you can do. And at the same time, you'll be learning the language. You just have to shuffle it. I'm sure we Africans, we know how to shuffle everything together. I know there's someone on this platform, he's working and, working and schooling at the same time. He was like, Mommy, I said, don't worry, you can do it. It's just for a season. Because let me tell you one thing about Germany, and that is why I'm so pressed now about schooling and things like that. Because one thing about Germany is that if you don't build your future now, if you don't work on building your future now, I am telling you, the risk of working, if you're not thinking of future, as I'm just telling you, is that you can continue this work for the next 10, 20 years in Germany. You won't further your studies, and then you become mediocre. And then you don't like yourself, but maybe it's too late. Many of you young, many of you ladies have not got married, you don't have children yet. So it's an opportunity for you. When I came to this country, I had my BSc. My intention was to do my master's, to study further. But you get married, you have children, then you have to take care of the family. You have to so there's really no time to go back to school. You see, so that now you're all fresh and young. Take advantage of all these things that we are saying. So I think that should be one of your homework. You start Googling, and see how you can find a place in your area, because all these things we are saying is around every locality. Is in every locality. You will always find something in every locality. And since many of you are even showing an interest, maybe you can check that out for nursing. So Bright, maybe after today's meeting, you can also put it on the platform so that everybody can check it out, Google it, and see what it is.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, do we have any question on that before we go to the next item?
I want clarification. Can anyone do that FSG or whatever he's talking about, devoid of the person's level as a medical student, whether first year, second year, third year, or is only because he is like a sixth year or almost completing, that's why he is pursuing the FSG? Can anyone at any level do that FSG now?
Yes, it's even for people after high school. That is even for them, not as that we have already grown. Exactly. It's for the kids. It's for people after high school. So it doesn't really matter whether you're in final year or first year or something. You understand? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes.
They check with each age. The FAG is for people from 20 to 27. So if you are within that range, it's okay for you.
Yes, as I already said, this is something they normally do in secondary school or after secondary school, and they want to pursue a field. And most of the time, it's very easy. I think this is one of the easiest way also to get into Ausbildung. I know they've been telling everybody, before you can get to Ausbildung, you have to have BSY, you have to have this. So that doesn't mean you have to sit down and wait until then. No. You can be doing that at the same time. Once they see your handwork, Germany is a country, they believe more in handwork. Hand workers in this country do very well. Okay, Lucas, I see you raising your hand.
But I wanted to ask question, what is this Ausbildung?
Ausbildung is apprenticeship.
Okay.
Is apprenticeship. Germany believes more in going to school and going to school and work at the same time. That is what you work and school at the same time. So maybe you have 3 days school, 2 days at work, 3 days at school, 2 days at work. To some extent, to be honest, I really like that system. You know why? Because you will practice what you learned at school. So you go learn something at school and then you go practice at work. So, it helps those things to stick better. And in most areas in Germany, you can go for BSc nursing, you can do it as Ausbildung, even as a banker. I remember when my daughter, she wanted to study banking, and when I went to the bank director to ask, okay, give me the layer how to study it, he told me he can go to the university way, and you can also do it as Ausbildung. And then, but you know what he told me? Then I thought about Nigeria. He said that, and then he told me that, and he said the reason why he likes the Ausbildung way, the apprenticeship way, because they go to school, they learn some things, then they work. So when they come back to school, they can ask about the things they learned at work they don't understand. So they're practicing and working at the same time. But BSc is more recognizable than somebody who did the Ausbildung too in this country. But you know what he told me? He said, but at the end of the day, he said, you know what? When the BSc holders come to the bank, it will be those who did Ausbildung that will have to teach them. I said, this is the same problem we have in Africa. You go to Polytechnic or these Yaba Tech schools, they're not really recognized as somebody who has a BSc. but they are doing a practical thing. So I don't know, I really don't know who brought up this idea of this kind of system, but it's the same thing here. That's what he told me. He said it's those who went to do it as an apprenticeship, they will have to teach the BSc holders, the work that they have come to do. So, I don't know, but that is how it is. Okay, do we have any other question before I go to the next item? Man, I know these days I'm speaking so fast. Okay, so the next thing I think I have here is, where is it now? Is Amazon. I know some of you have asked me, can we see the screen? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Can everybody see the screen? Can we see the screen?
Well,
Yes, I can
we
see the screen.
see
I
you.
don't know for
We can
others.
only see you.
Pardon?
I can see you. Sorry, not the
We
screen.
can see you, not any screen.
Okay, then let me go back. Maybe
You
I
have
did
to
it
share.
wrong.
Yeah, you have to share the screen.
Okay, I didn't share. Okay, so now the next item we have is, I know some of you have asked me, about how can you get a job, especially at Amazon. Amazon is one of the easiest places to get a job now. Many people are getting jobs there, but you've just got to make sure you're getting a very full contract there. Share screen. So Lucas, are you there? He's going to, where is it? He's going to explain this part for us. Okay, where
Yes, ma'am, here.
Okay. Please, just 1
But
minute.
just click on the link so it will bring out the page.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I think I have to copy it again. Oh, Jesus. I just opened it up. No, I'm not trying to. Okay. Maybe let me just.
Hello?
Okay, share. Here's the share screen button now. Okay, share screen. Okay, this is my Google. Oh, this is it, right? Can you see it?
Yes, it's correct.
Yeah,
Amazon jobs. So you go to this website, amazon.force.com. We will post it on the platform. Lucas, take over, explain to them about this website, please.
Hello.
Yes.
We have tried this several times, but they keep saying when you want to register, they will tell you that your email is not valid, which is not proper. So what else can we do?
I had this experience before. I was trying to apply it before, so I was putting my email. Email is invalid, And I know that my email is valid, So, but it didn't work. So it was not. I saw one man. So him is working in Amazon too, but it's like Amazon Akim. I don't know whether you know about Akim. It's like a village closer by to Bremen here. So because Amazon is not in Bremen here, so he said I should check Amazon Akim. Okay, so you have to check if you have to know if Amazon is in your.
Are you mad?
Yeah, what's your hand? Someone is talking in the background. I don't know.
Continue, we are listening.
Okay. So it depends on the type of Amazon that the person wants to apply, because we have Amazon Akim, Amazon Frankitel. So the one I applied for was Akim, But this website now is generally the site. So when you enter, click on this, select your country.
Okay. Yeah.
When you click on select your country, you see United States, just click on order. So when you click
Some
on
people
order,
are talking.
Okay.
an account.
So one has to create an
microphone
account. Okay, let me check. Please, can you unmute yourself, mute yourself, that person talking in the background, so we can hear.
Yeah, someone is talking in the background.
I know this. No, just go.
Let me check. Let me check and put the thing off.
This banking.
No, you're supposed to go off. Serious.
person's name is Dot. They should just call them.
I'm talking about
Prince, you are the moderator. Please help me check who that person is so that we can continue this meeting. I don't know.
I'm checking.
I'm not lying. I said tissue. I said tissue for me.
Who is this person?
Yeah, I don't see them.
Hello?
Okay, my mic was on mute. I'm sorry. Let me go
Okay,
back.
okay, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?